Hi guys, and welcome to Scrap Rack. It's Cindy, and I wanted to say thank you for stopping by, and thanks to all my new subscribers. And let's talk about what we're going to do today. These are flips. You take them and you put them on your pages, and they just flip out, just like that. These are just made with one envelope. This one's just made with an envelope. It goes on the top of your page. Whoops. On the top of your page. And it flips up. Some of these are just the standard one envelope. And some of them are a little bit more. With the one envelope, you just basically take an envelope. And I like to fold them backwards. And I glue around the paper that I'm going to put on it. I glue around the four sides, and I put a little glue right here, and then I just pop the paper on, and then that way it leaves this open. You just glue up to here, and it leaves this open. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in just a second, but I wanted to talk about some of the more complex, I guess, ones that I've made. This one, I think, yeah, that one's just one. This one's just one. This one's just one. This one's another one that goes, this one goes on the bottom of your page, though. Let's do a bigger page. So you had your journal, it would flip down, and it's got a little pocket. So this one is just a really big one. Would need to be in a big journal, obviously. And these, you can make them matching to where you have one on, say this is an open journal. There's a page here and a page here. You just would have matching ones. And you would put them, good grief, come on now. Put them like this, and they would open up like this. But the way that I usually do them is I put them in here, and then you can take a piece of paper and you can cover up your flap, if that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't, and I will actually install a couple of them on a video and show you exactly what I'm talking about. This one was actually one envelope. I cut it not quite in half, and I made two flips out of it, and they both flip up. This one was one that my paper was a little bit too short, so I cut a piece of the envelope off, and then I made just a little teeny tiny flip pocket on the flip. So that one, and then this one is one that you would take and, come on now, there we go. Good grief now, come on. Okay, and this one is one that has double interaction. I glue them, like I said, again, I glue them like this. That's why I fold this backwards, but I'll explain that to you in a sec. This one is one that has multiple, and I'll show you how I did that. And then you can use two different size envelopes and get like a layered or a waterfall look. And these all have pockets. This one has a pocket in the top. All of these have pockets. This one has a pocket in the top. This one has a pocket over here and a pocket here. And it's just two envelopes layered, stuck together. And we will explain all of that. First, I want to show you how to take one envelope and make multiples out of it, like this one. So we have this paper, and it's, you know, half the size of the envelope. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this envelope in half, and we're going to go from there. Excuse my loud family. Okay, so now we have two flips. So what we want to do is we want to decide how we want this to actually flip out. Now, usually I take this and I flip it backwards so that way it's on the page. So it's on the page when you open it and it's kind of hidden. This one, I won't mind being on the opposing page, I guess. I won't mind it being on the back of the next page. So I'm actually going to leave it like that. Or no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just going to do it how I always do it. We're going to fold it back. That's what we're doing. Okay, and we already have a ready-made pocket over here. So I think we're going to make these top flips like this. So this one, we'll take these two. And I just want to show you real quick how I do this where you have your flap. So we're just going to grab our glue. And where we really want to be careful is up here. Let's see, where is our opening? Our opening is over here. Actually, so where we really want to be careful is over here. Excuse me. So we're going to run glue along the edge of the paper until we get over to where our opening is. And we're going to run glue along the edge of the flap. We're just going to do a little bit in there. And then we come in. Whoops. I went over, got a little overzealous, didn't I? That'll be okay. It wipes up. Okay. So now we have our pocket over here still. Make sure that sticks pretty good. So we're going to make this one to where it flips up on our page. So we want this one to actually go like this. And for this one, we just glue it down. And you could obviously use glue stick for this. I wouldn't recommend doing the glue stick around the where you have the flap because, well, it's kind of difficult to get a glue stick to into that little area like that. This guy's going to end up crooked. It'll be okay. It's just fine. Just fine. Okay. So that is one. We're going to do our second one. I want to show you again how I would do this. Our opening is over here. So we're going to hold it here. We're going to flip it over. And we're going to put glue along the three edges like we would a normal pocket. And we're going to come in here. We're going to get up pretty close to the edge of the flap. It's probably too far down again. Okay. And then we would just come in. Glue down our paper. And then we're going to make it to where when we fold it open, we have a little journaling spot in there. So we're going to take this one. We're just going to go through and put some glue on them and glue them down. And just that easy, you have two flip outs out of one envelope, one very large envelope. Now they're a little bit more the size that you would use in your journal. Now this one that we're going to make is something that you would take and you would have your page and it would go just like wrap around. You can put a little paper clip there to hold it or just leave it on your journal as is. but I want to go and show you how to do this one. Let's see. Let's do those over there. I'm going to do these in here. Okay, so this, nope. Yes, this is the side that we want to stay away from the edge on this. So we're going to put our hands here. Okay, and then we're going to ever so slightly. And we're going to come in here. And do a little squiggly through there. And then we come in and just glue them down. And to do these, I just put 2 envelopes together, and then I cut just a very tiny little slit off the top. And then I just found my paper that I wanted to use with it and cut it down to size, just slightly smaller than the size of the envelope. Or if you have paper that you want to use, you can cut your envelope down to slightly larger than your paper, especially if you want to do the giant envelopes like the one we just did. So we glue that one down, and we come in here. We have these 2. Let's do this one for the hidden journaling in here. I think this is the side. Yep. And we're just going around where that flap is. And then we just went down the side of it so it's close to the edge. And then we're just going to glue them down. Get a little bit of ink down in there. White's a little glaring. That's better. And then this one we just glue down. Now you could, when you're putting these pages on the solid side of the envelope, only glue 3 sides and you would end up with an extra pocket. We are not going to do that today, but that is something that's definitely a possibility, and as long as your paper is thick enough, it would be nice and durable. Then these are the scraps that I cut off of this, and you could come in and you could put just little pockets on the inside, or you can put them down here. You can put a little belly band in here. It's all kinds of things that you can do with it. But this now is just a little tuck for the side, and then when you could pull it off, and you could have a couple of little journaling spots. Just sits on your page, clip it in, or it'll probably hold pretty good even without it. So there's that. I do want to show you real quick how I do the multi-flip ones, like this one here. Okay, you start off with one envelope. So you just have your envelope like this, and then you have another one, and then you have another one. So you have 3 envelopes. 1, 2, 3. That's what we have. Okay. Now to get it to where it Z folds, I guess, we're going to take it and we're going to take this one. We're going to glue this flap to the bottom of this one. And then we're going to glue this flap to the bottom of this one. And we're just going to basically make a Z. And we're going to start off with the very bottom one. And we're just going to kind of come in. This does not have to be perfect because we're getting ready to put paper over the top of it. I like to stand them up and then fold it where it's gonna go. That way I know that it's even across the top. And everything's gonna go where it belongs. Okay, now to get this one to fold the opposite way, we're gonna take it and we're gonna wrap it around that one. So that way we get our Z fold. So we're gonna take this one, open that up, and we're just gonna go in. And we're gonna go ahead and stand them up and get them all positioned. And that is how you do the little multi-fold. So that's about all we have for tonight. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate you coming and checking me out. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. And if you have any questions on any of these, if you want to see something a little bit more in depth, if you have a favorite way of doing them, if you do it completely different than me, let me know. Let me know if your way's easier, because, you know, we all just, we're here to learn and to share ideas. And yeah, that's what we do. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you guys, and hope you go out and spread some joy today, and I hope I brought a little bit of joy into your heart and your life today. And yeah, much love, guys. Thanks a lot now. Bye-bye.